Hi, my name is Katherine Blakey, but everyone knows me as Katie. I am a student at Azusa Pacific University working towards my master's degree in education with an emphasis in digital teaching and learning. If you told me I'd be pursuing a career as an educator at the age of 36, I would have been surprised. My first career was in the mortgage business, which I worked hard at for 10 years. In 2008, I took a break to have my son, Zane. During that time, I finished my bachelor's degree in business and contemplated my options for re-entering the workforce. I realized that my priorities had changed and that the mortgage industry no longer aligned with how I wanted my home life to be. Teaching had always been a career path that I tossed around in my thoughts and now seemed to fit with the life I wanted to provide for my son. Choosing to enroll in Azusa Pacific University's Digital Teaching and Learning program was a long, thought-out decision-making process, but I finally made my choice and I moved up to Murrieta, California and chose to attend Azusa Pacific University to get my teaching credential and my master's in digital teaching and learning. Both the reputation of Azusa and the digital emphasis that Azusa offered had an impact on my choice. As I entered the program, I was also substitute teaching locally in the Murrieta Valley Unified School District. I would sub during the day, typically at my son's school, and then attend classes at APU 2 nights per week. Though a hectic schedule at times, 18 months flew by. My son has been a witness to the hard work and commitment it takes to accomplish a major goal. This is the silver lining of the sacrifices we have had to make this past year and a half. I had 3 major goals for pursuing my master's degree in digital teaching and learning. They are as follows. Number 1, to be fully capable and proficient in all current and upcoming digital teaching strategies in order to design meaningful and engaging instruction for my students. Number 2, to become highly marketable to schools and districts as a teacher well-versed in digital strategies. And number 3, to maximize my earning potential in the teaching profession. Throughout the program, my personal learning style has definitely been confirmed as being visual and kinesthetic. I have experienced how important it is for me to actually see and do in order to learn new concepts. My study habits have been developed these last 18 months into a much more time-conscious and efficient style. Having less time to produce has been challenging, but more parallel to the way the profession of teaching is. Every day you have to be prepared to teach your students. You must prepare quickly and efficiently quality lessons and strategies. Deadlines are found each day when the final morning bell rings and 20-something faces are looking your way, waiting for instruction. My spiritual growth throughout this program has been very interesting. I've had to trust in Him to lead me, to guide me, and comfort me through challenges both personally and professionally. I have been navigating through becoming single in my personal life after being married for 13 years while still completing my master's and credential. The Lord has been with me through it all, and He is my resting place. Though I do not always get this right, I know that Jesus is there to see me through any circumstances. He is my resting place. During my time at APU, I have grown as an educator in all ways. When I started the program, I had no prior knowledge of teaching terminology, strategies, assessment techniques, or even classroom management approaches. During my 18 months in the program, I have acquired an in-depth understanding in each of these areas. At the beginning of the credential and master's program, I was technically savvy in limited areas, but in no way related to educational techniques or strategies. Since being enrolled in this program, my technical abilities have greatly increased through my master's course instruction. For example, in my first course, EDUC 511, Essentials in Digital Teaching and Learning, I learned to utilize Symbaloo, which is a website dedicated to organizing all the websites that I use on a daily basis, and also allows me to share my compilation with others and vice versa. In EDUC 512, Instructional Applications of Productivity Software, I learned to produce WebQuests through Zunal.com, which provides the ability to create and implement self-paced lessons and projects through an interactive web-based program. In EDUC 514, Digital Video in the Classroom, I learned how to integrate digital video strategies into teaching. For example, creating videos to either teach lessons or to introduce new concepts. In EDUC 515, Evolving Educational Technologies, I learned how to gamify lessons through both digital and non-digital resources. One example is using the online game Minecraft as a way to teach all kinds of lessons. In EDUC 522, Learning in the 21st Century, I learned how to plan instruction by embedding all of these types of digital strategies into teaching. I was able to plan an entire unit that incorporated multiple digital resources such as Zoonal.com, interactive web-based games, YouTube.com videos and songs, and even web-based quizzes such as Kahoot.it. The unit focused on addition concepts for a first grade class towards the beginning of the year. The unit objectives covered addition concepts such as adding to, putting together, making a model, all while using the additive identity property for addition and the commutative property for addition. The ISTE standards, or technology standards for students that were incorporated into the unit, were creativity and innovation, communication and collaboration, and critical thinking, problem solving, and decision making. All 8 of the multiple intelligences were targeted throughout the unit as well: interpersonal, intrapersonal, bodily kinesthetic, musical, logical and mathematical, verbal linguistic, naturalist, and visual spatial. Meeting the needs of all learners was accomplished through using different types of technology. The first was using YouTube for counting videos and counting songs. The second was using interactive website games such as Fishy Count, Fun with Math, and Word Problems with Manipulatives. We also used an iPad app called Monster Math Games, and we used Skype for a discussion with another class at a sister school. Finally, we used a smart board to use these games as well, whole class. Overall, this unit plan helped me to see that integrating technology is crucial for meeting the needs of a diverse set of students. It also shows that digital integration helps to target different intelligences at varying degrees of depth of knowledge. Since completing my teaching credential in January of 2016, I was immediately hired with a temporary contract to finish the school year in a 3rd grade class. This proved challenging while completing my master's courses, but it also gave me much experience and the opportunity to test out my digital teaching strategies. The student base represented many unique challenges, such as a student with autism, an emotionally disturbed student, a student with Tourette's syndrome, 5 students with ADHD, and many others that had very difficult living situations at home. In response, I decided to do my action research study required for my Capstone course on the effectiveness of utilizing a behavior modification plan. I decided to use the behavior modification plan with a student who was diagnosed as high-functioning autistic. However, he struggled throughout each day with self-regulation in many ways. The 3 behaviors that I decided to address through the behavior modification program were shouting out during instruction, number 2, getting up and wandering around during instruction, and number 3, refusing to do classroom assignments. To start the action research process, it was imperative to collect preliminary data to understand what David's starting point was with the frequency of the behaviors he was exhibiting. This entailed keeping tally marks for all 3 behaviors over the course of 1 week. The following shows the initial data collection of David's behaviors. For shouting out during instruction, he did that 167 times per week, for wandering around the classroom, 63 times per week, and refusing to do work, 36 times per week. The behavior modification plan to help David avoid the 3 behaviors was to keep a chart on the wall near his desk that helped to visually show his success in choosing good behaviors throughout the day. The 3 behaviors would not be listed on the chart. However, he would be rewarded with star stickers when staying on task with all 3 behaviors. If he got 10 stars in a day, he would be able to choose an item from the treasure box. If he got 10 stars each day for each day of the week, he would be able to choose one of the following desirable activities that he had already shown great interest in. Number 1, going to the library to help the librarian. Number 2, arrange the game shelf and pick a game to play and ask a friend to play along as well. And number 3, to play a game on the Chromebook. The behavior modification plan was implemented over a 3-week period, and the results were very positive. Though the plan did not eliminate the behaviors altogether, it did improve them very significantly. Here is the data that shows the level of improvement over the course of the implementation period. As you can see, the overall percentage reduction for shouting out was 37%. For out of seat, the reduction was 76%, which is amazing. And refusing to do work was overall reduced by 72%, which is also hugely significant. The degree of improvement through this behavior modification plan was quite unexpected. Though the shouting out improvement was much less than the out of seat and work refusal behaviors, 37% is still a great overall improvement. In conclusion, I am forever grateful to Azusa Pacific University for all of the wonderful knowledge that they have imparted to me through the Digital Teaching and Learning Master's Program. I'm looking forward to getting back into the classroom in the fall as teacher to my students. Though being an educator is not an easy job, it has so many amazing rewards that come along with the challenges. I know the knowledge and strategies I've embraced through the Digital Teaching and Learning Master's Program will be invaluable when reaching the diverse needs of my students. I look forward to integrating all of the amazing technology into my classroom and instruction each day. Thank you, Azusa Pacific University, for a world-class program. Goodbye and God bless.